Hey everybody, this is Rydo. There, can't even pronounce my own name sometimes. And we are playing Kofi, a new guy that just friended me on the European account, and so we're trying to get the daily quest done for me. If Kofi needs any help, I'll help him with that too. Going through the news, and there's not really a lot of news left, but some. We are in black and white today to support net neutrality. Of course, if Kofi's playing on the European account, I assume he's in Europe, but he might be an American citizen in Europe, so he might have a representative or senator he can still call. There is some issues with net neutrality that are global too, though. It's not just the United States. There are things like well, the UK is trying to by default censor all of the internet from having pornography and other things that they don't want in there. Plenty of other countries are trying to censor things too. Germany specifically is heavy on the censorship on the internet. Kofi says, no, I'm English. You're English, so you're from the UK? Is that what you mean? I like to use the phrase I'm United Statesian, because there really is no term. I don't want to say I'm an American, because while that is true, I personally consider Americans everybody from a Canadian down to the tip of South America. So I want to be more specific. But yeah, we need net neutrality. Kofi says yes, I'm from the UK. Okay, that's what I figured. That's when they say they're English because they want to include, as I understand it, like the Scotland and the other parts of the United Kingdom, and the people that say they're British are actually from Britain, which is only a part of the UK. It's a complicated thing to figure out, at least for a United Statesian that's poorly educated on that public system. But yeah, there's a lot of weirdness too that's happening, where from my perspective, and it feels like the European Union is specifically targeting companies like Google and other United States companies to try and improve the odds and balance things out in a way so that smaller companies have an unfair advantage. So the European Union Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England are, let's see, I've got something in front of my secondary TV that's blocking it. Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England equals the UK. Yep. But then there's some more weirdness to it too, and I had to look this up, is because there's more than just the United Kingdom that have the Queen and the monarchy of UK as their monarchy, because like Australia, I still think it follows the Queen, and Canada I know still has the queen as the queen. So she's like the monarch of several different groups because of their having so many colonies. I kind of wonder if it wouldn't have been a terrible idea if the UK had been able to maintain like all of its colonies and it was just this giant united kingdom, and we might be closer to having a one world government, which might work, might not, who knows. You can't know until you try, I suppose. Let's see.
What you want?
There was an anime called Code Geass or Code Gas that was in a different reality where at least in the English translation that was released in the United States, all of the world was, or most of the world, I don't think China was, but the rest of the world was under a Britannia empire. Moving back to video game news, though, Valve apparently has an entirely new recommendation system in the works. Not a bad idea. There are definitely some issues of Valve's current recommendation system, in the fact that it really desperately needs a switch that says, I don't have a VR machine, don't show me VR games unless I can play them without a VR machine. I don't care if I buy a game that's designed for VR but still playable without VR, but I don't want to see a game that says you have to have a $600 VR headset. None of the games are that good or that interesting that are gonna sell me on it. And then specifically, Valve has never really been able to wrap its head around visual novels. They were very surprised they sold it all. They just didn't realize that there was kind of this huge desire in the Asian countries for visual novels. But as a streamer particularly, I'm not going to ever play a visual novel that doesn't have voice acting for all the dialogue. It's just way too much reading, and it's not going to be a fun experience for me to have to play a 10 to 20 hour game where I'm going to have to read all of the dialogue myself. So I would very much love a show me visual novels. I'm fine with that, but only show me visual novels that have English voice acting. And there certainly is no way to search that way as far as I know. Or try to figure out what is this Kofi said? It says Low Gang or Jake Pauler. I don't know either one of those names. What is this a question or are these names of cards? I don't think those are names of cards. Are those? Are you asking me a question? I think you are. Who are those people? Kofi, I need more detail than that. More context, please. They sound like maybe they're British politicians or something, or UK politicians. The other thing that Valve could certainly work on the recommendation system is none of their games have a consistent age rating on there. So if I'm specifically looking for games for that are rated E for everyone or PEGI 13 or anything like that. Most games don't have that. A lot of games that get on Steam lie about their ratings when they haven't been certified by the ESRB or the PEGI rating system wherever their game is released. So there's like no way to search what's appropriate for a specific age. There's no way to make sure the game has full voice acting when it says it has English voice acting. I've seen plenty of visual novels that say they have English voice acting, and I'm pretty sure if I bought them and played them, it would just have a few lines of dialogue, but the vast majority of it. Okay, Kofi's gotten back. He says, they're famous YouTubers which are brothers. They're American vloggers. I'll have to look them up because I've never heard of them or seen them. So I would have to get back to you on that one if there's a specific one that plays. Logan Paul and Jake Paul. I figured that part out. Yeah. Like I would literally be picking one out of a thing. I think I'd pick Logan because I like Wolverine. That sounds like a better name. Just off of not knowing anything else. If I'm just gonna pick a name, Jake's not a bad name either, but I would take Logan. That's a silly decision to make, considering I have no idea who they are. I like the idea of people giving me more people to look at on YouTube, though, because I know everybody's in their own little bubble, and a lot of times those bubbles are overlapped, particularly for the biggest people. Like, almost everybody knows PewDiePie, so if I reference PewDiePie, people know who I'm talking about. But if I reference somebody like Direwolf20, who's a Minecraft player, maybe not that many people know him. Or if I reference Mumbo Jumbo, who's another Minecraft player, I watch a lot of Minecraft Let's Players, nobody knows him. On the other hand, if I say Captain Sparkles, then most people do know him because he's a big YouTube player. But I do want to expand and have more subscriptions. A lot of the things I watch on YouTube too aren't even video game related too, so a lot is video game related and a lot isn't. Let's see. Can't attack in the turn. But yeah, moving back to news, I keep getting off task, but I'm scatterbrained as I'm following the chat. Valve has a new system they're working on. That new system may never come into implementation, though, because remember this is Valve, and Valve still hasn't given us a number 3 game for anything. No Half-Life 3, no Portal 3, no Team Fortress 3. They seem to be afraid of the number 3. Kofi says, same as me then, as far as picking Logan. Now, if Logan and Jake Paul are just vloggers and they're just vlogging about their life, I probably won't pay too much attention to them, or watch them for that long, because that's not something that probably will grab my interest. Particularly a bunch of YouTubers vlogging about their life, because it's kind of all the same. It's like, I know what the YouTube life is because I'm doing it. It's a lot of recording if you're doing your job right. It's a lot of editing. It's a lot of trying to create content. It's a lot of work for very little pay, and less pay these days. So a lot of the YouTubers are whining and complaining about there just being less and less ad revenue, which I think is a fair enough argument to make. I looked at my statistics, and I don't look at them very much. And I have, in the past 7 days, gone from, I was averaging about 60 cents every 7 days to 30 cents. But I don't look at it that much because I'm such a small YouTuber. I know I'm not making any money, and I don't need to know exactly how much I'm not making. Let's see. Kofi, are you done? It's okay if you are. I'll just switch back to the other account and get those daily quests done. Probably should do that anyways. Maybe it was just taking him a while to choose. I'd much rather play with fans than just play with random people. But if people want to see me play ranked, I'll play ranked. If people want me to do an arena run, I'll do an arena run. I actually want to try this new Hearth Arena app that I just installed, so I'm kind of itching to do an arena run. Can we create a channel so I can talk to you? I don't even think you can do that. Oh, yeah, I guess you can in the battle.net. No, because then you'll stop typing in the comments, and every time you're commenting, you're helping me, my channel. That's just not something I'm equipped or ready to do, and frankly, people don't know how helpful it really is to type in the chat. I know there's a delay, but if you talk to me, I would have to get all the audio set, and all of these comments would be nothing. And every single comment you're doing right now is telling the YouTube recommendation algorithm, this chat is smoking, there are people here, they are interacting, and I should recommend this video to more people. I probably will look at this stream, statistics of the stream, and see that there's 3 to 4 times as many people have looked at this stream because of what every comment you're doing right now. And that just wouldn't be the case if people chatted, if people just talked to me. I was going to mention Dragon Quest XI, but I've already mentioned that in the previous recording, so skip that. Switch is getting its first video app in Japan. Unfortunately, it's a service called Nico Nico, which is, from every comment I saw, a bad, low-quality video service that seems to be mostly focused around... I saw some dog videos and I saw some anime clips, so I'm not even sure what it is. It's not a YouTube. Kofi says a second person is here. Well, get them to either plug in a second keyboard or have a second account, or chat on the like if they have a cell phone, they could friend me, or have a second YouTube account and chat. Like they can hop in chat as long as they've got some kind of secondary computer, or just have them type while you play. Part of the thing, I'm not saying Kofi would do this, but part of the problem too is if I go through the effort to set up audio, and it's the reason why there is no audio by default in Hearthstone, is I'm gonna get eventually some troll that's gonna just have a very annoying soundboard, or just scream in the microphone, or sound awful in some other way. They're just gonna come on and they'll be all nice and sweet in the chat.
I hope you like my invention.
Ready to ride.
Let's see. Oh, Kofi, do you mean the other chatter? I don't know them, but there's another viewer. Yeah. There was Kabo was chatting for a while there. He hasn't said anything for a little bit. But for every one person on the chat, there's potentially 4 or 5 people that aren't chatting that are just watching too. That was a mistake.
Taste my steel.
Maybe not. Maybe that wasn't a mistake after all. So yeah, Switch is getting its first video app, and it's not an exciting one. I kind of had forgotten that the Switch doesn't have a Hulu and Netflix or anything like that. It does have some kind of browser,
I hope you like my
but
invention.
oh darn it, dropped my mouse. I don't have a desk in front of me. I just have a little mouse pad, and makes it possible to drop a mouse. I would have, if I bought a Switch on sale, say yesterday on Prime Day, I would have just unconsciously assumed that it could have streamed Netflix and things. If I buy any device that is a decent screen that connects to the internet, I kind of nowadays just assume that it's going to have that ability. And that's probably the wrong assumption to make, clearly. So I hope to see the Switch succeed. I would like to also see if people eventually hack the Switch so you could do some more things with it. Not just hack it so you can play stolen games, but like, can you hack it and put Linux on it? Can you turn this into a tablet that's worth having? I don't know if its hardware is really worth having specifically. The hardware might get cheaper if the Switch fails, which it's not gonna fail anytime soon, though. But maybe in a couple of years it would get sold for a lot cheaper, and then it might be a good deal to do some kind of modification to it. Speaking of modification, there is a unofficial Mega Man level editor out there called Mega Maker, so you could search that and probably find it and download it. I don't know if Kofi's saying good game again. I don't know if making a Mega Man game is particularly as exciting or interesting as Mario Maker is, because while I know Mega Man is platforming and you defeat different bosses and get different weapons, I don't think you have as much of a variety of enemies. Like, maybe if you put like all 10 of the enemies that have been in the first 10 Mega Man games and all the different types of platforms and all the different things, maybe you could get a nice combination of things. But when I think about Mario Maker and how there's so many different types of enemies, so many different platforms, so many different ways of transporting the character. Like in Mega Man, I don't know if there are pipes or doors or Yoshis or anything like that. So just not having that background of playing a Mega Man game, I don't know if Mega Maker is going to be quite as interesting. I'm surprised Mario Maker is as interesting as it is. It would be better if it was a cell phone game, honestly, because then more people could play it and you work with it. Mario Maker was really popular amongst video game critics, and it felt kind of like one of those games that the video game critics are obsessed with and nobody else is, and well, the video game critics were more obsessed with it than most people. Right now we're having that same issue with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It seems to be way more popular with video game critics than just regular people, although it's still probably popular with regular people. There's this game called Redeemer that's a top-down brawler where you play a murderer turned monk. Look pretty bloody. It's coming out for PC on August 1st. A Gintama action game for the PlayStation 4 and Vita is coming out. Gintama is an anime. Here we've got a new guy. Ooh, 2 new guys. The second new guy is, let's see, can we ban them right now? Is a troll. Let's see, click. Report. Deck list is wrong, says the new guy, Tragic Masters. Well, right now my Hearthstone deck tracker is showing the wrong thing completely. You're right. I don't specifically have a good reason for that. It's just Hearthstone deck tracker messes up. There we go. Sultan Lori says, please no, you're already reported. You should think before you speak, particularly when the moderator can report you and potentially delete your channel and have it blocked forever. My only recommendation for people who say the wrong thing and get reported is be on your best behavior now, because it's only going to make it worse. By the way, I have permanent rules for the chat right here. Always right here, the rules, and those are my personal rules.
I wonder.
Yeah, Tragic Master says, no problem, man. Yeah, my Hearthstone deck tracker app is messed up. Maybe I can convince it to stop doing that. Maybe it's not in auto update mode. It seems like it likes to. Let's see, no deck mode. There we go. We can correct it that way. The reason why it's messed up is because I'm playing on the European account right now, and the European accounts aren't saved. So maybe in the next update I'll make sure that happens. Yeah, and so this doesn't happen in the future. Kill that guy. Gintama, I don't know if if it's gonna come out of Japan. I don't know that anime. I've seen it around, and I think it's probably pretty popular. It was announced in Shonen Jump.
Get behind me.
And then the final thing I've got on the news, and so I can just focus on playing the game now, is we
must cleanse the
had the BAFTA awards come out and give the 2017 Young Game Designer Awards. BAFTA is the British Arts Festival and something else, I think. I'm probably making that out. Maybe Kofi knows what BAFTA stands for since he's English. What? Isn't that what he said? He was English? Yeah, English. Yeah. And it's a nice thing to point out, I suppose, as the young designers winners. I looked at each of their games. There's a little bit of weirdness here. There's 4 winners, 2 of which gave game concepts, where they wrote down a concept but didn't actually make the game, and then 2 of which actually made a game, and none of the games are like something that would fly off the shelves or anything, but they are good efforts considering the ages of these people. Kofi says no, he doesn't know what BAFTA stands for either. Okay, fair enough. So for the category of game concept, 10-year-olds through 14-year-olds, we have Elsie Mae Williams won for a game concept called Torchlighter. And then for game concept 15-year-olds through 18-year-olds, Anna Carter won for a game called Guzzlesaurus Culinary Capers. And those are the 2 concepts. And then for the let's see, can I do this? Yes, I can. For the Game Making Award, 10-year-olds through 14-year-olds, you have Spruce Campbell, who made a game called Cyberpunk, spelled C-I-Y-B-E-R-P-N-K. And if you go to the BAFTA website, you can actually download and play the 2 games that were actually made. Kofi says, "Mwahaha." Yeah, he twisted it on me. I thought I was about to win. And he says, "Good game."
Are you my master?
And then for the Game Making Award, the 15-year-olds to 18-year-olds, it's kind of odd here. If you look at the age ranges, it's 10-year-olds to 14-year-olds 4 years, and then 15 years through 18 years is 3 years. But not really. That's not really amazingly surprising either. That you might, I could see them easily giving awards for like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, and just break it up by 1 year so they could give out more awards. And I feel like all these awards are really just to encourage people to make video games, which is possibly a bad idea since working in the video game industry versus let's just do that. Versus programming in any other industry is not a great career path. You really have to love video games to suffer the long hours and the low pay and the lack of job stability in the video game industry. Alright, Kofi, I'm gonna refriend you, but if you're done, that's alright. I have more things I need to do on this account, but I need to prioritize the American account, so we could do like one more game if you want to, but after that I need to switch back because I'm running out of time here. So yeah, Emily Mitchell won Game Making Awards 15 through 18 for a game called Fractured Minds, which I didn't read the summary of that actually. I should have. It was kind of like I think a psychological walk around the place, like walking simulator style game, I think. But it looked good, and all their works and the ideas look good for their age. It's kind of amazing, and like I said, these kind of participation awards or awards for doing even what a small amount of successful design should be rewarded, because there's certainly plenty of people out there that think they could never make a video game and they can. The idea that you're going to Tragic Master is asking, may I have a game with you when you guys are done? Have you friended me, and what are you on, the American account or the European account? The answer is yes. North American account. Oh, okay, he's put his friend thing. Will my friend, if you send me a friend request, that might be a little quicker, Tragic Master. It's Rydo, R-Y-D-O, number 1423. And after this game, I'll switch over to the American account and I'll play you. And because you're on the American account, you can help me finish the daily quests over there, which are the priority daily quests, because that's that. And I can actually show off having a deck that's actually useful and playable versus the European and Asian accounts where I just have the basic cards.
What you want?
And with that, I am done with the news. I didn't think I was going to really even have space on my dry erase whiteboard that I used for the BAFTA Awards, but we certainly were short on news today. However, Kofi and the other viewers have made up for it in spades by chatting and talking, and that's certainly what I love in a live stream. Is I love when people are interacting, and that's the point of a live stream, really, is to have interactions and different things. One of the interactions I wanted to ask is if anybody out there has any experience with using a wireless Xbox 360 controller on a RetroPie build. That's a pretty complicated build, but it's a project I'm thinking about building one using a Raspberry Pi 3 machine to install RetroPie Linux on it. But I'm trying to decide whether it would be better to either have wired Xbox 360 controllers on it, or try to get the wireless to work, or use a third-party controller that might be better. Because RetroPie focuses on old games, abandonware games. There's Kofi is asking Tragic Master if he can add you. I would say, personally, this is my opinion, I can't talk for Tragic Master, but I'd say personally, because you have to click yes or no on any friend request, I would just send out friend requests to everybody. Just, if they say yes, good. If they say no, oh well. Of course, since you're on the European account and he's on the North American account, he would have to go through the incredibly long setup of the very beginning of playing Hearthstone. It takes about 3 days to go through that setup. You have to go through 5 tutorial games, and then you have to get everything, play several other things. It's a lot of work they put on you just to be able to play your friends who are on different accounts. And it's really ridiculous. Like, you would think you could just start with a basic set of cards. Just a full collection of the basic cards. Not even the classic cards, just the basic cards. And play your friends. And they just say, here, you can use this deck until you unlock more cards yourself. But they don't. Yeah, Tragic Master says, I only play North America, lol, but I do run 2 accounts on North America. Yeah, I have a secondary account too on my cell phone, because that was particularly the only way that you would ever get some of the daily quests done, is by playing yourself. And often I would run into people that would never log on, and so I couldn't get the watch and learn daily quest done, or I couldn't get the challenge a friend daily quest on. Twice I have done challenge a friend with somebody, and it says when you have that daily quest, it says both players will get 80 gold if you play him. Twice people have said no, they've just rejected the friend request, and I'm like, what are you doing? You just turned down a free 80 gold. You didn't even have to win. And I've learned recently that you get experience and several other things. Even now when you play with people
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
on friendly challenges. So if you're just trying to level up a character, trying to get to that level 60, doing the most amount of damage to your opponent's face gets you more experience. Getting the victory gets you more experience. And there was something else that you could do too. Oh yeah, you also get victories that count towards daily quests if you get your opponent down to level 10. Otherwise it will say you conceded too quickly if you concede. So if you're really trying to save time, you can play somebody, get them down to 10, or work with them to get them down to 10, and then you can concede. Let's see. Tragic Master says, I did it to see which way of spending your gold got you the most out of it. Then just kept doing the quests and eventually ended up with great legendaries on both, but completely different. Yeah. Sadly, I figured that's probably the way they've got it rigged. Is they've got it designed, and they've changed how you open card packs now, so that when you open a new expansion, starting with the next expansion, the first 10 packs guarantee you a legendary. And now you can't get duplicate legendaries or gold legendaries until you have a complete collection of legendaries, which kind of messes up people that wanted gold or might have gotten lucky and gotten gold legendaries before they got the regular ones, which I think that's happened to me once, where I've gotten a gold legendary and then converted it down to regular legendaries. I would say with 2 accounts that you're actually playing both, if you're doing it right, if you're playing the daily quests every 3 days, you're probably spending a lot of time playing Hearthstone. More time than I personally would want to spend playing Hearthstone. I've been run through the ringer in earlier versions of Hearthstone, and just now they're starting to get it to be a slightly more enjoyable, slightly more playable thing. Kofi says, good game. Thanks, Kofi. 1 more damage. 1 more damage. Now I just one run as my standard focus and the other. This is the worst thing ever. 1 damage to an enemy. He's hero. I'm gonna hop into a quick game before I play Tragic Master and then concede. See, I'm ranked. I'm gonna hop into a game, do 1 damage to the guy, then concede. And see if that works. Tragic Master was saying, yeah. The other one I have more fun with in craft wild decks. I imagine if you just spent the equivalent amount of time playing one and abandoned the other, or mostly abandoned the other, you would probably build up your main one more. But on my secondary account right now, I have 26 card packs just sitting there because I have no real desire at all to even open them. But then I'm thinking maybe I would just hand my secondary account over to somebody else too, like a family member. I've got some nieces and nephews that if they got into Hearthstone, say 5-10 years from now, if it's still around.
Job done. Well played. You win this one.
There we go. Let's see if that counts. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. It does. Wow. Well, I just made everybody's day there. I gave him a free victory and got my daily quest done for that. Let's quit out of the European account and over to the Americas account. Tragic Master, we'll see if you sent me a friend request. Otherwise, I'm going to have to type in your long name.
You must be ravenous.
There we go. Add. Alright, let's do this. Tragic Masters is like little nice accounts. Yep. Tragic Master number 1588. Did I spell everything right? And scroll back up here. Well, he sent me a friend request as I sent him a friend request, which means then we both confirm it automatically. Should I buy Mean Streets of Gadgetstan or Whispers of the Old Gods? Let's see, what are we able to buy right now in the shop? Journey to Unguro, Whispers of the Gun, Mean Streets of Gadgetstan. So here's the deal. You should buy, if you're trying to get everything, or Journey to Unguru. You're just making it difficult for me. Here. You should buy everything as it's disappearing, because you will never get a better offer, or more than unlikely, I'm never going to get a better offer. My Hearthstone deck tracker just crashed. Buggy. You're never going to get a better offer than to buy it with gold, or if you're crazy, buy it with money. So here's what my plan is personally. I have 10,000 gold and all of the old expansions are coming back. All of these in the collection that are now wild sets. So I'm gonna buy 50 packs. 1 second. I'm gonna buy 50 packs of the new expansion, And then I'm going to go in increments of 10 and see if I can buy the old expansions. So Nexramus was a single player thing. So I'm going to get Goblins vs. Gnomes and Grand Tournament and League of Explorers, I think, was a solo expansion too. So I'm going to go 10 packs of Goblins vs. Gnomes, 10 packs of Grand Tournament, then 10 packs of the Old Gods, and then 10 packs of Gadgetzan, and then 10 packs of Unguru. And if I have any gold left, I might get some more packs of the other things. But just in general, you should potentially, let's see, what is Hearthstone Deck Tracker coming up? Oh, nope, oh, that's not working. You should buy the oldest thing possible, and save your gold for the newest thing later. Of course, that is going to change.
Must be preserved.
There we go, Hearthstone Deck Trackers. That is going to change based on your own deck, though. I mean, if you have all of Journey to Unguru already, then I wouldn't buy more packs of that. I think particularly Journey to Unguru has those quest cards that are probably going to be playable more than people think, for longer than a lot of other expansions, whereas the Whisper of the Old Gods is all about Cthulhu, and so if you want to play Cthulhu decks, you would probably focus that. Yeah, definitely. Definitely wait to the new expansion, because they're upgrading some other things about the packs too. Let's see. I'm a little bit further behind. Tragic Mastic asked. He probably had XX Shaman cards. And then let's see. Tragic Master said later, I would wait till the next expansion. Lich King, yeah, definitely wait till the next expansion, whatever you buy, because it's gonna change how things work. Oh darn it! I should have played that. Oh well. Let's see. And then he says, I'm not playing aggro, so take it easy on me. I will minimize screen and not cheat honor system. I'm going in Goro. Ungoro is what I think he meant to say. Journey to Ungoro is probably a good one to focus on if you don't have a lot of other options. I should have played this last turn.
Well played. For the wild.
I got a meeting now. It says Kofi. Nesting? Question mark? Says Kofi. Let me look at the chat on my phone. I've got a meeting row. Nesting, says Kofi. I'm not sure exactly what Kofi is saying here.
The great outdoors.
Oh, that didn't work.
For the wild.
Let's see, I have on the daily quests here, I have to play cards that are 5 or more, and that's why I'm playing this deck. And then I don't remember what the other daily quest is. Maybe it's get some victories, maybe it's do something else. Oh, Kofi says I have a nesting row. Let's see. Is that a card nesting row? I'll have to look that one up.
For the wild. Job done.
Personally, on my collection, I have a. I'm starting to get all the cards I would want, except for the legendaries. It's the legendaries that are still really killing me, and a lot of the legendaries are just the classic legendaries.
None may challenge the living flame.
So again, it's worth pointing out this deck is not designed to win. It's not a deck that really would win unless the opponent is playing really poorly. It's designed to play cards that are 8 or more mana, because there's a daily quest for that, and it happens to also work pretty well for I'm gonna lose here. There's no way. There you go, you got Ragnaros the Flame Lord against Ragnaros the Flame Lord. Alright, 20 minutes, so I need to play 8 more minions that cost that much. Tragic Master said, good game. I'll continue. If he wants to continue to play, that's fine. If he doesn't, that's fine. I try to leave all those decisions up to the people. Personally, I'm a YouTube streamer. I'm a YouTuber, but I stream Hearthstone. And so this is my job. I need to be here at least until I finish the daily quests, so I have as much gold so I can make the card pack openings. When the new expansion comes out, I will, well, slightly before when the new expansion comes out, once all the cards are visible in the app, I'll go through every card and look at them and start to get an idea of what cards the cards will be like and what cards I want to play. And then when the new expansion comes out, I'll do a card pack opening video, and then 9 videos. Well, actually, I'll look at all the cards and break that up into 9 sections. I'll do all of that live. But whenever available to do. So I'll look at all of the Paladin cards. That'll be one video. Well, I'll separate it into videos, but it will be one live stream too. And then when the cards are available for purchase, I'll do a 50 card pack opening video, and then I'll build decks based on the cards I got. And so that'll probably be well, one time I did it all in one day, and it was almost 24 hours of recording, and the next time I did it, I broke it into 2 days, and that worked a little bit better. And so so there will be a lot of extra videos that come out with the new expansion, and a lot of interest there. Those videos get hundreds and hundreds of views if I get them out quickly, whereas a average live stream of mine gets maybe 5 or 10 viewers, 5 or 10 faithful viewers of my channel. I'm kind of surprised nobody's complained about the black and white thing, but I suppose because I put the text up here, people are getting it. A lot of things were gonna go dark or go black, and I didn't feel like that I could do that, because I'd still end up having to stream to do the daily quests, and so that would be very inconvenient for me, and I don't have the extra time to waste a day. I think what I want to do is Kofi has sent a friend request to Tragic Master. Of course, Tragic Master is playing right now, so
For the wild.
he could quickly accept it if he wants to. I think what I want to do, even is I want to do an arena run. I'm really itching to try out this Hearth Arena app. I've never used it before. I just installed it. I just heard about it. So I think I'm gonna go early. Go ahead and do an extra arena run after I'm done playing Tragic Master. So if Tragic Master wants to keep playing, that's fine. If he's done, that's fine too. I do need to after this game. Break it up, and so people live stay tuned. But I'll do a wrap up so I can break these up into episodes later. So I'll do a little closing speech and an intro speech. But people live, just stay tuned. I don't know how to explain that better, frankly. Charge can't attack heroes. Tragic Master said, okay, I'll check after my Blizz app is set up to shut down once I start a game up. Do you need to do any of that, though? I mean, if you're in Hearthstone, shouldn't it just be right here? Is there a way to get rid of this button? I know on my setup I have it set as I'm busy, so if people try to type in the chat here, and if they like try to type here with me, it won't show up on the screen. That's again just because chat messages on YouTube help my YouTube videos. Chat messages in Blizzard just doesn't. And frankly, keeping everything in the YouTube chat works nicely. I've spent some extra work to put the chat on the screen so that people know what people are saying. Sometimes that bites me in the butt when somebody wants to say something controversial or offensive, but and then that permanently becomes part of the record of the video. But mostly people have been cool. These are weird because I need to play them at 5, but I probably wouldn't get them down to 5 anyways. And there's no real strategy on this deck, because if there was, I would probably play that Druid quest that makes all of your cards cost 0 mana when you play 5 cards that cost 5 or more, and then that would make all of these really expensive things free. But that's not the point of this deck. If they're free, they won't finish the daily quest. See, I could look at my friends. I don't know what the maximum number of people you have can. There's some weirdness though. A lot of people haven't been online for more than a month, and I'm trying to get rid of people like that because frankly I don't need them on the friends list if they've just fallen out of love. I get it.
What to do?
Here we have a spammer saying, hey, hello, can you see video on my channel? Thank you for your time. Report. I don't know why people think that's going to work. As in, I think a lot of people think that that's not spam, and it is. You're just promoting your channel on somebody else's channel.
Time waits for no one.
And frankly, it's a stupid concept anyways. The last thing a YouTuber needs is another YouTuber subscribed or watching their videos, because anybody who actually is putting any effort into their YouTube channel knows it takes all your time. You're gonna work 8 to 12 hours a day making footage for your own YouTube channel if you're putting real effort to it and have any desire to succeed. And honestly, these days, it's kind of almost impossible to succeed in YouTube for new YouTubers, because they've added new restrictions and made it even more difficult for new streamers. And
the supreme archaeologist.
so you don't need, I've told people this before, you don't need YouTubers to subscribe to your channel. You need viewers, people who aren't making content, to subscribe to your channel. If I subscribe to somebody's channel, I more than likely will just get bored and unsubscribe. And there's an unsubscribe bug that YouTube swear doesn't exist, but everybody else can pretty much prove does exist, where if somebody unsubscribes for your channel, there's a good chance you'll lose more than one subscriber. I saw a video where a big YouTuber got a bunch of people to subscribe to a little channel, and then he got them to just click subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe, unsubscribe, and it took his number of subscribers down from a decent amount to 0. It would have gone into the negative numbers if they could. Let's see. So, yeah. I don't know why they spam that, but I get it all the time. A lot of the spam messages get put on my videos, the exact same messages. You get half spam people saying, I subscribe to you, please subscribe to my channel. No, it doesn't work that way. I don't need subscribers that are bots that aren't going to ever actually watch my videos. If I have about 150 subscribers now. I hope all 150 of them are real people that on occasion watch my videos. If 100 of them are just bots that never watch my videos, that doesn't really help anything. Like, sure, if I got 500 subscribers, I could get Super Chat on. But if I have 500 subscribers of bots, how many people are really going to pay any money on Super Chat to me? No, none. Like, let's do this. And this. And this.
For the wilds.
So, yeah, I don't want spammers. I don't want bots. I don't want them subscribed to me. I don't want them putting messages on my channels. I don't want them trying to post the links on comments, which always get flagged. There's this latest scam they do was like, I know this was marked as spam because it has a link in it, but please check out my video. It's the same exact word for word, spacing for spacing message from multiple channels. The other weird thing is I'll get channels that get messages from channels that say like your secret admirer, and it just says I love you, and I'm like, no you don't, you're a bot. It's like, I got rid of that because I'm done. Tragic Master, unless there's something you want to show off or you want me to do or help you with a daily quest or something, let's make this our last game, so I can do the arena run. If you want me to stay, I'll stay, but I'll be back in 3 days with more daily quests, and we could play more then too. Let's see. 8 would be this. That would be the right one to do.
For the wilds. Job's done.
Hmm.
You are safe now.
See, this is a nice strategy. Ooh, this is a wonderful strategy. What a nice strategy. So now you've got, it's at 40 and they bring it back so she can be at 40 again. That is a well played.
Well played. It's the festival of me. Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call. Spectres.
I didn't realize that Ragnaros has special lines of dialogue. And
Damned, stand ready.
he's weighing me down. Of course, there was only a brief moment there where it seemed like where I might succeed with this deck. This deck's terrible when you're trying to win. Of course, now you could kill this and then I could be Ragnaros. It could be Ragnaros versus Ragnaros. Of course, I don't have his card that sets the health to 40, so I'd still be at a huge disadvantage. Alright, so watch this. Do this. And then we do this. Do that. End the turn. So that's got me almost to 20. No, he's got me beat, I think. Let's see. Cthulhu.
My dream ends. Your nightmare begins.
And then
To my will.
this. And this. And that one. There we go. We almost have a full deck for both of us. See, if I could kill everybody on the field, these would be free. And see, if I kill this, though, he goes back to being Ragnaros with 8 health. So he's actually in a dangerous spot. Of course, if he had just attacked my face. See, 50-50 shot now that I would win. Nope. I forgot he still had that. See, now these are free. If only I could play them in this turn.
Is someone injured?
He has 6 cards remaining where I have, it's hard to see. How many cards remaining? Hearthstone deck trackers in the way. Can't tell. Let's see. This. End the turn. I think I've probably gotten the daily quest done. I don't remember what the other daily quest was.
By the power of Ragnaros,
He's kind of late to the game with Ragnaros. I have 2 of these and I've never gotten this to work. I've never been able to have 2 of these on the field at the same time. Let's see. This.
burn all of my cards.
So, if Tragic Master would be so kind, I'd like to play this and this and see what happens. We'll see if he lets me. And then the problem now is I could do this and kill his cards, but
I have no time for
he
games.
still may win. Oh, I'm gonna die at this rate.
Job's done.
This card's worthless. This card would be worthless. These two sort of useful. This one. If I was a smarter player, I might be able to play this and turn things around and win, but I don't think so.
Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
Alright, for the first time ever, I'm gonna get the Ancient One to work. So, we'll get rid of this guy, it won't matter. That was stupid because this guy's...
You are safe now.
The Ancient One, 30-30. And see what... Oh, he'll just steal it. Thanks. Well played.
Well played. Well played.
I have no time for games.
I have 2 more health. So I've already lost. But what I could do is this. Well, I've already lost because I can't in the next couple turns. Let's see. Let's see. I want to see what all of these are.
A mistake. Well, it's a festival of me.
So I managed to give him a Deathwing.
Servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the what is real of Kel'Thuzad.
Double Kel'Thuzad's. It's almost impossible to defeat that.
Obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
Ah, so deal 3 damage to all minions and shuffle this into the opponent's deck.
Soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call.
I guess if we went back and forth,
Take heart. Your mother.
if we went back and forth though, we're never gonna win. I'd never win. Nope. It's a good game, man. Yeah, that was a really nice game. Like, a great way to show off things. Let's see, where am I with the daily quests? I need to win 5 games with the Paladin and Priest. So, when I get into the arena run, I'm going to play as the Paladin and see if I can go with a 5-game win in the arena in the next recording. If you're watching live, stay tuned. Everybody else, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.